Alrighty, YouTube, what is going on? We are back with another top 10 ranking video. Today, I am not going to actually show the figure up here. I'm just going to put a picture right here. It was too much of a hassle, honestly, to get the Ultimates out of this position over here. Some of them are stacked way behind, and I've got them on this list, so I wasn't going to do the digging of grabbing them out, putting them back up. So we're just going to show you the pictures. You'll probably see them better that way anyways. I don't have too great of a setup to actually show you the figures in front of the camera and me kind of behind the camera. So we're just going to do it this way. I'm going to show you pictures here and reasons as to why they might be in the top 10 worst Ultimate Editions. We already did the best. If you haven't seen that yet, go check that out. And I am going to do my top 10 favorite because, again, I do believe that that's different from the best. That might be debatable. Some people might find that stupid. It's like you're making the same video. It's not really at all. The top 10 best Ultimates are a lot different than my favorite Ultimates. So we got a favorite Ultimate top 10 coming after this. But let's get into this one with the top 10 worst Ultimates. Here we go, starting with number 10. All right, so at number 10, guys, we have one that I didn't think I'd be putting in here, but when I was looking through the list and I was looking at the pictures, I had to throw him in here, was the Ultimate Edition Series 14 Jeff Hardy. And this one just didn't do it for me, guys. I'm a huge Jeff Hardy fan. You can see the collection here I have right up there. I'm a huge Jeff Hardy guy. This one just didn't do it, and I have like probably 3 of these because I've gotten them in trades, or I've seen them mint on card for like $10. So that's how terrible, I don't want to say that, that's how bad I think these figures are. And nobody wants them. Nobody wants this Jeff Hardy figure, and like I said, I've been able to purchase them for $10. I think the head scans were a miss. There was one that was just loopy looking. Didn't like that. The accessories, I felt there could have been more, and it was right at the end, the tail end of his time with WWE, the last run. So I don't know, maybe they just forced this one out. They kind of rushed it to get something out there. I didn't like this one. This one was in my top 10 least favorites. I was super disappointed as a Hardy's fan, or as a Jeff Hardy fan in particular. So he falls at number 10. At number 9, guys, we have Ultimate Edition Series 21 Kevin Owens. This guy here, again, hate to put him in the bottom 10, I guess you can say. But this one just did not do it for me. The head scans were on the money. The title belts were awesome as an addition to this figure. The soft goods shirt looked cool, but it was the torso underneath. It just felt kind of lazy to me. I feel like Kevin Owens definitely has some tattoos. Again, I know we don't see him on TV with his stomach, so maybe he was like, don't put my stomach in figure form. Maybe he's not comfortable with it. I don't know what it is. He's an athlete. The dude is a beast. He's way more athletic probably than me. So again, I don't think that's the case. I'm not sure, but for me, the figure just didn't feel like it was the best KO we could have gotten in Ultimate form, even though it was his WrestleMania moment. It's just not one that stands out to me, So again, head scans were on the money. Tattoos were cool. I did stick up for this figure when it came out, but when I was looking over the Ultimates, this one did fall in the category of, if I had to get rid of 10 really quickly, he would definitely be one of them. So I'm putting Kevin Owens at number 9 in the worst Ultimate Editions. At number 8, guys, we are going to throw in the San Diego Comic-Con 2023 Muhammad Ali 2-pack, and I know that just made a bunch of people go, what? How could you put that in there? It was such a great set. It looked great in box. It looked great out of box. The figures looked great. That's all true, yes. But again, for me, I didn't think we needed this. I think that it underperformed. I'm not sure. I mean, Mattel probably knows their numbers way better than me. I'm just going from a standpoint of, it didn't move. A lot of people bought multiples and then were selling them for less than what they were actually even going for at retail price. I just didn't think this one hit. I thought that it was a missed opportunity for a great Ultimate Edition set, or maybe a one-off, like the oh man, I'm blanking on the movie, Rippin' Zeus, that set from No Holds Barred. There it is. That set I thought was so unique, and in the cool looking VHS box, I don't know, I just thought it was awesome. And then this one came out the year after, and it didn't do it for me. I really didn't think we needed this set, and again, the figures were kind of bland, so it was, I don't know, it didn't do it for me. It falls in at number 8 on the top 10 worst Ultimate Editions. At number 7, guys, on the countdown, we have the Ultimate Edition from Series 15 of the Ultimate Warrior. Again, a lot of people are Ultimate Warrior fans. This is not a dig at the Warrior. This is a dig at this figure. I do not like this figure. The head scans, I think, for me, were huge misses. The skin tone was a miss. He was so tan, and then they had him almost like, I don't want to say pale white, but he wasn't as tan as the Ultimate Warrior should be. And I know that we faced that problem with a bunch of Hulk Hogan figures, but the Hulk Hogan head scans were at least on the money. The accessories were on the money. And again, in this one, with that awesome Macho Man attire during their rivalry, the attire was awesome, but the head scans didn't do it for me. I don't think this even looks like Warrior, and you know, I picked it up obviously because it's a part of the Ultimate Edition line, but this was one of the ones that was really easy for me to go, oh, that one's definitely in the top 10 worst. Didn't like this one at all, so he falls in at number 7. At number 6, guys, I had to put this guy in here, and I didn't know which one I was gonna do, so I leaned in with this one. It is the Coliseum Collection Bret Hart Foundation Ultimate. Again, this is no stab at the attire. This is no stab at the accessories. I think it was awesome. It came with 2 different variations of the Tag Team Championships, one in which I don't think we've ever gotten before this figure, and came with multiple head scans. But the problem was the head scans, I don't think, look like Bret Hart. I don't even think the art on the box looks like Bret Hart on this one. This one was the easy Bret Hart choice for me to throw in here. I know that the Bret Hart, the first release, was a candidate for some because the head scans were so bad, but I think the attire gave that one an edge on this one. You know, the basic Hart Foundation attire, the pink pants, the black singlet, didn't do it for me in comparison to all the other Bret Ultimates, and all the head scans stink, but this one took the cake for me. He has got to be on this list, so he comes in at number 6. Cracking down into our top 5 worst Ultimates, guys, had to go all the way back to Series 2 for this one. We are going to put Shinsuke Nakamura at number 5. Again, just not a lot there, guys. This figure is so basic. You know, the attire, I know this is what Shinsuke wears. I know that when this figure came out, he was really climbing to the top. He was really killing it. But when you look at the Ultimate line now, you're like, okay, who doesn't belong here? Oh, Shinsuke definitely doesn't belong. I mean, that's me. This is my opinion. I don't mean to offend anybody. But when I look at the Ultimate line, I'm like, you know, he's the one that feels like he really doesn't belong here. And the reason is because, you know, he's had great mid-card runs, not really so many great heavyweight title runs, WWE Championship picture runs, and this figure was just not really a standout for me. The attire was just that basic red outfit that he had with the red pants, the red vest, everything. The head scans were okay. They were not horrible. It didn't do much for me, this figure. I didn't think it was great. I wasn't even collecting when this figure had come out, so I'm assuming it was a peg warmer. Drop in the comments if you know, if you remember, but it's just an assumption I'm making here. This figure had to be in here at number 5. Number 4, guys, we have The Fiend from Series 12. This figure was just another one of those Ultimates that I just didn't think we needed, to be honest with you. Bray Wyatt had just gotten an Ultimate Edition, I think in Series, I don't want to mess it up, I think Series 9? Or Series, I can actually look right now, I'm on my phone here. Bray Wyatt had an Ultimate Edition in Series 7, and then he had another one in Series 12, and he had a pretty similar outfit when Series 12 came out, so I just didn't think it was needed. I think that it felt rushed, maybe a money grab just because of how popular his character was. But I didn't think we needed another one in the Ultimate line, and that's why he falls in here in the top 5 at number 4. top 3, here we go, guys. At number 3, I have the Series 1 Ultimate Warrior. And again, this is the first run, guys. I know it's early on in the line. I know that they were just getting started. I know it's basically, I don't want to call it the rough drafts, because these things looked phenomenal when they first dropped. Everybody was pumped about them, but it's just not, it's not up to the standard that I know Mattel to be. I know I just saw that new Target Legends Ultimate Warrior come out, which I thought they smashed it. They have the new 2-pack with Papa Shango coming out. I think they killed that Warrior. This one just doesn't look like Warrior to me. Just like I said about the last Warrior that was in this same top 10. The head scans didn't do it. The artwork in the jacket is phenomenal, but to me, the skin tone, the head scans, they don't look that great to me. So he had to be in this top 10. He comes in at number 3. At number 2, guys, we have from Series 8, the Ultimate Edition Edge figure. And this one was such a letdown for me, because I'm obviously showing you the picture here of the actual figure. The head scans for me just didn't do it. Again, I know it's been such a key word in this video is head scans, head scans, head scans. But for us collectors of the 6-inch line, if the head scan's not great, it stands out, and you're not a fan. You know, there's so many, like the Austin Theory Elite that came out, I think in Elite Series 102. You remember that figure for that bad head scan, and I mean, at least that's me. I've talked to other collectors too. They've said the same thing. This Edge is in the same category. The head scans just didn't do it. It was such an iconic timeline for them to make this figure, his return to the Rumble, that attire, it was great. And even the render, I'm going to put the render right here, it looked great in the render. Why couldn't it have carried over into figure form? I'm not sure. I think it was a miss. I don't know. He comes in at number 2. Let's get into the worst of the worst. Here we go. At number 1, guys, this one is easy. If you saw the thumbnail, you know who's missing from this list. And I don't mean to bash the fans. I've met this person, very, very sweet person when I met her. It's the Ronda Rousey Ultimate Edition from Series 1. This one just, again, it didn't do it for me. I think the head scans were a little off. The face actually didn't look horrible, but the hair, for some reason, on the long hair sculpt, it looked really weird to me. There weren't a ton of accessories in this one. The figure was just kind of bland. And again, her attire was kind of bland, so maybe it was just too rushed. They were trying to get her into the line. I don't know what it was, but this one just also didn't do it for me. So I had to put this one in here, and it just so happened that if I, like I thought about it, if I had to get rid of one, who'd be the first to go, even though the value might be a little more than others, it'd be Ronda Rousey. I just don't like this figure. I don't know what to say, but you know what? We have so many Ultimates that I love. So if I had to make a top 10, and it was hard to make a top 10. I mean, obviously there were, I don't want to say it was hard. It was kind of easy. I knew, okay, this one, this one, this one. But there are so many great Ultimates. So I will say that in return, because you don't want to be negative through the whole video. You know, I will say some good things. I love Mattel. As you can see behind me, I give them a lot of my money, as do all of you who are watching this, I'm sure. But at the same time, there's some misses, and that's why we had to make this video. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a lot of fun for me, doing the best, doing the worst, and now we're going to do my favorites. Probably next weekend, I'll get into that. But I'm so stoked to do this. I love hearing your guys' comments. Love hearing what you have to say about the list. If you agree, disagree, what you guys think are your top 10 worst Ultimates. I like hearing all of that. So please, please, please leave a comment below. Let me know. And we'll keep it going, guys. We'll keep this YouTube thing going. Like I said, starting school soon, so I'm going to be a little bit busy, but we're at least getting one video out a week. So as always, guys, take care. God bless. We'll see you real soon, and thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. That means the world to me. We'll end it on that note. Take care.